Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. You know who this guy is, right? His name's Mario. He stars in a few video games. Well, do you know who his creator is? Do you know why he was made in the first place? Do you know what makes him so important? If you don't, you're gonna learn a few things here today. This is the story of... Name redacted, I'm not spoiling. Mario. Shigeru Miyamoto was born on November 16, 1952 in the small town of Sonobe, located in Kyoto, Japan. As a kid, he developed a knack for doodling, and many times his studies would take a back seat for it. He also really liked nature and would constantly explore the countryside in Kyoto. In 1970, though, he would end up applying to Kanazawa Municipal College. It ended up taking him 5 years, but he got a degree in industrial design out of it. After obtaining his degree, he later on would have a meeting with president of Nintendo at the time, Hiroshi Yamaguchi. At the time, they were more of a toy company than a video game company, but anyways, he was impressed by Miyamoto, and Yamaguchi introduced him into the planning department in 1977. The title that introduced him to the video game industry was the 1978 hit Space Invaders. He wanted to make a game for himself and came up with many ideas and stories, and the first game he ended up creating was a coin-operated game titled Sheriff. By 1981, Nintendo's efforts to reach the North American market failed, leaving them with a pretty large amount of unsold inventory. Miyamoto imagined many plot concepts, but at the end of the day, stuck to one concept: a love triangle between a gorilla, a carpenter, and a woman. Boom! Donkey Kong! At first a Popeye game, they failed to get the rights to it and ended up making this instead. The game followed Jumpman, a guy who jumped a lot. No! Crap! And he had a goal to save a girl from the evil Donkey Kong. Obviously the game was a hit and became an instant classic, but we need something else to add to this catalog of games. So, he made another one. Bam! Donkey Kong Jr., but this time you're playing as his kid, saving Donkey Kong from the evil Jumpman. Peter would be so proud. After the success of this, take a guess what came next. That's right! Donkey Kong 3! It wasn't very good. But Nintendo made a home console, the Famicom, or well, the NES as we call it in North America. They needed a title to sell their console, and Jumpman wasn't exactly a name for a mascot. So bam! Miyamoto went right into that Nintendo office and was like, okay guys, hear me out. I got a genius idea. What if us, a Japanese company, made a video game, get this, a mascot game, about an Italian guy from America? BAM! Super Mario was made and was an instant classic, making it into the homes of 40 million people and quickly became a household name in gaming, saving the industry as a whole after the market got ruined. He got his face thrown onto cereal, fruit snacks, he had 3 Saturday morning cartoons, and of course a ton of toys. But where did the name Mario come from exactly? Well, it's a funny story. He was named after a real estate agent in Washington. Yeah, I know, very anticlimactic, I'm sorry. After the stressful development of Mario 64, Miyamoto stopped playing the role of director on the franchise, becoming a producer instead. He may not entirely make the games anymore, but he still does come in to make sure they aren't making something terrible. It doesn't just include games though. He's also a producer on the upcoming Mario movie, which looks extremely promising. At the end of the day, this man proves that if you put your heart and soul into something, you can make it happen. All you need is a little bit of motivation, whether it be from friends, family, or just yourself. If you love yourself, you can accomplish anything, even if you're starting out small. Video games get disrespected in the media time and time again, but they never talk about how much the medium has brought people together. Video games can be a temporary escape from reality, it can be a temporary escape from stress. It can bring countless people together, like Mario Party and Mario Kart. You may be able to play them alone, but where's the fun in that? They're designed for you to bring a group of people together. That original game will be permanently preserved literally everywhere. Not because someone felt like it, but because it's an important part of history. No matter what happens in your life or who you've lost, you can always go back to these games to remember the good times. Waking up on Christmas and getting a Wii with a copy of Mario Galaxy, setting it up with your family and letting another person work as the second pointer, getting Mario Party 8 and playing it with your parents and siblings. And maybe one day, you can share those memories with a family of your own too. Show your son the types of games you grew up with. That's why this goofy big-nosed plumber will always be special and never leave our hearts. That's why no matter what hard times we go through in our life, we'll always have them to look back on and think, what would a world without Mario be like?